Hey everyone, I'm Dave and welcome back to the AI Kitchen. Today we're going to be making elevated pesto lasagna rolls. I have never tried making lasagna rolls in my life. I've done lasagna soup on this channel, it was good. I've done lasagna on this channel, that was terrible. It was a bad recipe from the internet. Sometimes we get those. As always on the AI Kitchen, we take a popular recipe or create a brand new recipe using AI. Today we're taking a popular recipe and trying to improve it, and we're gonna see how it goes. So to keep things simple, I wanna start off by just kind of collecting our ingredients because we have a bunch of stuff we gotta do over on the stovetop. But before that, I just wanted to get all our ingredients ready. First thing, we're gonna need 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And I know like a fancy cooking channel would have all this done before they ever hit record, but come on, that's not realistic. Some people may not know how to do 3 tablespoons of butter, so I'll teach you. Look, it says the tablespoons on there, and I just cut it with the wrapper still on. 3 tablespoons. Maybe it's not the right way to do it, but it works. We need 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I do have my flour right here, but if I measure it out, there's nowhere to put it, so there's not really prep work to do with that. Heavy cream we can do when we're in the moment. Let me just make sure I have some, and a little measuring cup, which I do have. Egg room temperature, so maybe set that out now if you have one. 2.5 cups of ricotta, that's easy. Chopped spinach, frozen, thawed and thoroughly drained. That's inconvenient. I did not thaw that. How long does that take? It's so funny because I got that yesterday and I was like, I wonder if I need to put that back in the freezer, and I never checked, I just did it. Is there another way to thaw this? Maybe if I put it under hot water, it'll thaw. We need a cup of finely chopped basil leaves. That is a lot of basil leaves. I don't think this is a cup's worth, guys. Maybe, they're kind of floofy. A cup though? I don't know. This is a cup right here. Well, I mean, I guess prior to them being chopped, it's a cup, kind of. Well, it's what I've got, so we'll make it work. That seems like a lot of basil leaves. Chop up your basil leaves. Probably use more basil leaves than I've got here. And I know you're thinking, Dave, you forgot to wash them. Well, my response to you is you're correct. I totally forgot to wash them. I'll probably live with some nice, fresh, forever chemicals in my body. So yeah, you know, maybe rinse your basil leaves prior to doing this. Okay, maybe it'll say it's pre-washed. Nope, doesn't say that. It says wash before use. I guess I could wash it in its current state. Dang it. All right, I'll bring it in and I'll rinse it in the cup. I think that may be the way to go. And I also need to, this is a mess. Okay, so full disclosure. I can't believe I didn't thaw these. Full disclosure, I usually record these in batches. Like I'll come out here and I'll do 3 videos because there's like a lot of setup when you're doing these. Well, I did that, but I did it to the extreme because I had company coming over and I was gonna be super busy for like the whole month of February. So I had pre-recorded like an entire month back in January, and I haven't really been out here to cook since January. Normally I cook inside. Yeah, maybe mid-February. It's been about a month since I've been out here cooking, regardless. I don't have enough of anything is what I'm realizing. Dang it. Maybe I could cut the recipe in half. Maybe that's what I should do. That might be what I do. Hold on, that could solve our problem. Well, I've washed my basil that I chopped, and it's very clearly half a cup, not a cup. So I need more basil. I also am realizing I need more pesto because I'm supposed to have 1.5 cups, and this is about 3/4 of a cup. And I need grated Parmesan, and they gave me shredded Parmesan. So I'm doing good. I'm gonna stop the recording. I'll be right back in a flash. You guys won't even notice I'm gone. I didn't even need to tell you. I could have just been back with the stuff, but I'm gonna go to the store. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, guys. Went to the store, spent more money, got more basil with extremely long branches or whatever. I think we'll be at pretty close to a cup. I pre-washed these, I washed those. We're in a washed basil world, and now we can actually get back to the project. So yeah, I'm not a professional cook, guys. You know this. That's why you're here, because you wanna watch me screw up a recipe. Kind of my shtick in life, really. I feel like this needs to be chopped even further. Gonna mix it all together here. Didn't I have a bigger knife, or was I using this small one? This is the part of the video where I say, oh, I know I'm talking too much, and then I continue to talk too much anyways. And half of you leave, but you know what? The half that stick around, thank you for your patience. I want like a chopping blade. Let's use this. That's a little better. I just want it like chopped up pretty finely if it's gonna be like a pesto-like thing. But yeah, it's kind of cold this morning for Florida. I live in Florida, and it's kind of cold. We're living in some cold weather, so there we go. We got a cup of pesto now. Feeling better about that. I hear the birds chirping this morning. Okay, I went and got a clove of garlic. Literally just a single clove of garlic. It calls for it for the bechamel sauce. Bechamel sauce, what does that mean? I don't know, but it's part of the recipe according to ChatGPT, so we're gonna make it. There we go. garlic. Beautiful. Let's get to cooking. We're gonna move over to the stovetop. We gotta boil some noodles. We've got to make the sauce. Oh, and we also have to, actually, maybe we should do this first. You know, let me do this first. Stand by. Stand by, guys. Before we go crazy, let's go ahead and make our, like, ricotta mixture. Large bowl, ricotta cheese. This is whole milk ricotta. Ugh. We need 1.5 cups, right? Right? Am I right? 2.5 cups of ricotta. How much is in here? 15 servings. Hold on, does it say? We need a lot of ricotta. I'm gonna use this, although maybe I should just use like a wet ingredient one. There's 1 cup. I don't know if that was really fully full. 2 cups. That was a little heaping, but I feel like my first one was a little short. And 1/2 cup. So 2.5 cups of ricotta. Ricotta. Isn't that how they say it? I don't know. And then I think we need a similar amount of shredded mozz. I don't think my bowl's big enough. Uh-oh, I need a bigger bowl. See guys, the reason it's so easy to follow my recipes is because I'm so disorganized, etc., that I can't possibly outpace you because I'm just gonna screw up again and again, like I just did. I need to beat this egg, but dang it, Dave. Stand by. I'm gonna beat the egg in this other one. We need a room temperature egg, which I did actually set this out. And then we need to beat that. It's a beaten egg. There, we beat the egg. That goes in with our 2.5 cups of ricotta, like so. Oh, ow. Not all my videos are this scatterbrained, but most are. Most are. We then need 3 cups, count them, 3 cups of mozzarella, shredded. 1, 2 cups. And 3 cups of mozz. By the way, is that a Connecticut thing, mozz? It's like, I say it pretty often, but I realize it might only be something they say in Connecticut where I grew up. All right, so let's mix this all up. Give it the old mixeroo. I'm kind of leaning into it so the camera can see it. My third camera is not active. Sometimes I have a third camera overhead, but I don't have that active today because I couldn't find my battery because I haven't recorded in a month. Like I said, so I'm a mess when I haven't recorded in a while. So you want to get that all nice and integrated, your cheeses. And it said you could use smoked mozzarella if you could find it. Like a little bit of smoked mozzarella with the normal. Guys, I screwed it up. I'm not doing good today. It was supposed to be 1.5 cups of mozzarella, not 3 cups, and I did 3 cups. Is it possible to undo that? I can't like pick out mozzarella. Oh man, Dave, dang it. I'm a little bit defeated. I'm going to ask ChatGPT if we can just go forward with too many cups of mozzarella in there. Adding 3 cups of mozzarella instead of your intended amount of ricotta to the ricotta mixture, such as lasagna, will definitely alter the texture and flavor, but it's not necessarily a mistake that ruins the dish. In fact, it might result in a richer, cheesier filling, which people might enjoy. Here are some other adjustments you could make. The extra mozzarella will make the filling creamier and more indulgent. If the mozzarella is pre-shredded, it might also contain anti-caking agents that could significantly affect the texture, or slightly affect the texture. It did have that. Mozzarella can be a bit more salty, and it might add a little bit. You might want to put less salt into future steps. With additional cheese, your dish might require slightly longer cooking time, okay? If you're concerned about the dish being too rich with the extra cheese, consider serving it with a side of some acidity. So I think we can do it, guys. I think we're okay. ChatGPT tells me we might be okay with it exactly as it is, so we're gonna go forward. If you're doing this at home, 1.5 cups of mozzarella goes in here, not 3. It's 3 for the whole recipe, but I'm assuming some of that is a topping, and I went ahead and put it all into this mix. Dave. Anyways, it says fresh chopped basil, so it doesn't say how much. I'm assuming it means all of it. So I'm gonna take all of our basil and put it in there. 1/2 cup of Parmesan grated, which is this. Oh, and then it says season with salt and pepper to taste. So that's kind of the step where I could just not put as much salt and pepper. 1/2 cup of Parmesan, and then 1/2 cup of pesto. This is my pesto. I need 1/2 cup of that. That's like a lot. It's a significant amount of pesto. And I'm kind of doing it all. That's like, okay, so it's literally a whole entire canister is 1/2 cup, which means I still might not have enough pesto for this recipe, even with going out and buying more. It still might be short. There you go, 1/2 cup pesto. I hope you guys find this sort of thing encouraging, to see me make all these mistakes, and then if it goes well and at the end we have a good dish, then that can really encourage you. Like Gusteau says in Ratatouille, anyone can cook. He does say that. And I think it's true, anyone can cook. It is a true thing. So there we go, we mix that all in, and it looks and smells delicious, for sure. Now I will tell you, I've been kind of sneakily boiling some water over here for quite a while. because I knew I had to cook these lasagna noodles, but then I kept getting distracted, so I have not put them in yet. We'll do that in a second. We do need to cook up some lasagna noodles. Let's get this all mixed up. Now this, I believe, will be our filling in our rolled lasagna. Set that aside. Wait, was there anything else I need to go in there? Salt and pepper to taste. Maybe I won't add salt because I've got all the salty cheese in there. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a little. I'm just gonna add a little bit of pepper to this because it does tell me to. And a tiny bit of salt. Not much. Mix that one more time. Then we're gonna go over there to where the water is boiling and put these lasagna noodles in. All right, so here's our lasagna. Just plop it in there, get it all nice and boiled. It's like a deck of cards. It's hot, 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 hot. All right, so we've got our lasagna cooking. I should stir it up a little. We've got our oven preheated, although I don't have it preheated to the right temp. You're supposed to preheat it to 325. I think I have mine, or 425, and I think I have mine at 350. So I need to go adjust that a little bit. But I just wanna move these noodles around a little bit, like so. And then get under the water, you things. Over here, we're gonna put our 3 tablespoons of butter in a saucepan. Remember, we cut that what feels like hours ago when I started this train wreck. Sometimes recipes feel like that. You just gotta keep going. It's like when you sing and you miss a word or a lyric or go off pitch. The worst thing you can do is stop and be like, oh, I screwed up. I have to stop and start over, because you can't. You just gotta keep going, pretend it didn't happen. Same thing with cooking, just keep going, just keep going. I mean, you can't always pretend it didn't happen with cooking if you really screwed up, but looks like our cheese dilemma is not gonna cause any huge problems. So that's encouraging, to say the least. Okay, I was just checking to make sure I was good to go on all the other steps, and I think I am, at least for the sauce and so on and so forth. Our butter is nearly melted. Our lasagna noodles, I did forget to put on a timer, typical Dave. But once they're done, we're supposed to rinse them. Uh-oh, I feel one stuck at the bottom, dang it. We're supposed to rinse them and put them out on a cookie sheet. So we will do that in a few seconds. We're close there on this, I think. I've got a cookie sheet somewhere. Butter is well and done. I'm gonna add that garlic clove in there that we chopped up earlier. Let that cook until fragrant. I think I forgot to add the spinach to our ricotta mix, which I can do. It's thawing inside, which is why, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So we might have to grab that in a second, but let's get this, you know, we got a lot going on, guys. High stress. I can't believe these people that work in kitchens, they're cooking like 50 things at once. That's a little much. Yeah, the 10 ounces of chopped frozen spinach thawed was supposed to go in there. And I think it's pre-chopped, so I think I just need to take it out of the bag, rinse it, and put it into the mix. All right, so this is pretty fragrant here. You hear those birds? I'm gonna go ahead and add the flour. Oh, these are supposed to be just tender. I think we're pretty much there on the noodles. Right, those are just tender. So I'm gonna take those off the heat, I think. Look at that flame. And we're gonna focus on this for a minute. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour, 1 and 3. And we're gonna whisk that into that mixture. Yeah, that's it, for about 2 minutes until golden. So we're living our lives like they're golden. Look, I can zoom in. Extremely terrible content as brought to you by the AI Kitchen. There we go. It seems like it's hot because it's browning pretty quick. I'm gonna turn down the heat a little, just a scotch. I don't want it to burn. Then we're gonna add in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream or heavy cream once this browns. I think we need like another 40 seconds or so. We're trying to create a roux, which therein will create a sauce that is thick, I believe. A bechamel, it must be a thick sauce. I don't know. We're making it work, guys. We're making it work. It's gonna be a good recipe. Thank you for watching. If I can do this, then anyone can do this. I actually don't think this is a hard recipe. I'm just coming at it from a very unprepared place. I never watched a video on this. I never even read the instructions prior to starting. So those combinations of events create a moderately stressful cooking experience, and that's on me. You guys are here watching a video, so you're gonna be in a way better place than I am. I need to strain these noodles, but I wanna get this sauce to a better place first before I mess with the noodles here. Okay, so I think this is pretty much ready. All right, so this seems like it's probably ready for the 2 cups of heavy cream. So I'm gonna slowly start adding that in here. And this is how we're gonna make our bechamel sauce. Sounds very French, probably is French. Oh, I don't like how it's looking curdly, guys. This is not good. Is my heat too high? Is that normal? It's a little scary to me. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's okay. If I add enough milk, it'll be uncurdly. I think it'll definitely thicken based on what I just saw. So mix that in nice and good, and we're gonna let it just cook over the heat for a little bit, stirring it occasionally. But for a minute, I'm gonna leave it unattended, like Unaccompanied Minors, you know, the movie where they're stuck in the airport. That was a pretty great movie. Ice Cube, I think, was in that. I can't remember. Anyways, let me go drain and wash these noodles. I'll be right back. All right, it's definitely is thickening up here. I need to add some salt and pepper and some nutmeg to that. So go ahead, if you're following at home, add a little pepper, a little bit of salt, and a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Here comes Christmas. Put it all in. This sauce is looking pretty thick and good. So I'm gonna go get my spinach ready to go. Would you say this is a creamy consistency? I'd say it is. I think I'm gonna take it off the heat completely. And then we're gonna let it cool slightly, then add a half a cup of pesto to that. So let's let it cool for a second. All right, so I'm back. I've got the frozen chopped spinach. So this was frozen spinach in a bag. I thawed it out, and then I rinsed it. And it's 10 ounces, and I'm just gonna add it into our mix, and that's part of the, I don't know, I guess part of the protein. Is there protein in spinach? Probably not. It's part of the innards though, the ricotta and mozzarella mix. You get the spinach, the basil, all that's in there. It actually smells really good, so I'm feeling all right. We're turning this recipe around, guys. We're turning it around. And now that our sauce has cooled a little bit, we're gonna add another half a cup of pesto, pre-prepared preparation pesto. Half a cup goes into this as well. Can you see that? You probably can't see that because I moved my camera, but you get the idea. You understand what it looks like. Half a cup of pesto, which I still think I'm short on pesto, but I might have some in my fridge. Mix that in, and that's your pesto bechamel. I love pesto. I have a weakness for pesto, guys. Huge fan of it, huge fan. All right, now I believe it's time for the Avengers to assemble, so we're gonna move back over to the other side and, you know, tie a knot on this, tie a bow on it. We're gonna finish. Okay, so, I'm a little bit of a mess, but we need a 13x9 baking pan. Roll up the old sleeves. Wanna put a little olive oil on it so that nothing sticks. And then we're gonna assemble these bad boys. I'm just kinda spreading this olive oil, making a mess, as is typical with me. Ow, I just got it in my eye. Is that bad to get olive oil in your eye? Probably good. You know, they say olive oil is healthy. A quarter cup of pesto bechamel on the bottom. Okay, we can do that. Pesto bechamel, that's the sauce. So a quarter, look at that, that's nice and thick, guys. I'm excited about that. Add that to the bottom. All right, so we're ready to assemble. I just put a quarter cup of the bechamel on the bottom. I put some olive oil on there. My camera wasn't on, but you get the idea. So quarter cup is not much, but whatever. Spread it out as best I can. All right, and then what's it say? Right, about a third a cup of ricotta mixture on each lasagna noodle. Okay, so I got my lasagna noodles here, and I have to, how do I do this? Third of a cup. I don't have a third of a cup measurer out here, do I? Whatever. We'll just take some, put it on a noodle. That's probably a third of a cup. You probably can't even see that, can you? Well, here, hold on, I got an idea. I have a tight working space here. So I put some of that on there, and then I'm gonna roll it up. It's a lasagna roll. I'm just gonna roll it, try to keep it all in, like so, I guess. This noodle I picked is kind of falling apart. There we go. What's happening here? Okay, there, boom, did something. Place seam side down on the dish. Seam side down? What does that mean? Oh, this, okay. Seam side down on the dish. So that's what I did there. Seam side down on the dish. So I think I get it. I think I can. So I just take some stuff. You know what, maybe I put it in the middle? No, probably like that. And then I just roll it up, try to keep it all packed in like that. It's like a blanket. And then you just plop it in there. Does that make sense? I think we're doing it, guys. I think we're doing it. I'm just gonna do it by feel. These are our lasagna rolls. Roll-ups? I don't know, rolls. Add that to the little dish. Oh, I put it backwards. There we go. All right, so let me do this a couple more times, and then we will go to whatever the next step is. But you get this idea, right? This is not complicated. I think I'm supposed to do it 12 times. Again, if this works, guys, then it should be so encouraging to you, because you can be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that came out good. I think it might still come out good. I'm feeling positivity about this. I really am. I think this might work out. I want to do like 4 more. Because despite all my mistakes, I think we could have something delicious on our hands here. It also falls right into my wheelhouse of what I enjoy eating. Oops, I forgot to put seam side down because I'm talking. All right, that one was the worst one because I was talking, but that's okay. Hopefully it doesn't like get hard or anything. Like the noodles don't get hard. Because that's always, oh my gosh, I have way more filling than I need. Oh, is that because I did the 1.5 cups of mozzarella? Probably. Okay, last one. I'm going heavy on the filling on this one because I have way too much. Maybe the filling goes on top too. We'll see. See what it says next. Again, still haven't read the whole recipe through because I'm, you know, special like that. I mean, I literally have enough to do a whole nother dish full. And I have more noodles too, so I don't know, maybe I should. Yeah, I mean, so now it says to top it with a bunch more of this sauce, this pesto bechamel. Like so. Goodness gracious. I ended up with so much excess spinach and everything else. I don't know if my rolls are too small. Maybe I made them too small. Maybe I was way off on my estimate of 1/3. I don't know, guys. Why do I have so much left? It's weird. Tell me in the comments below what you think I screwed up, because I'm sure it's something got screwed up there with the amount that I have left. Look at this. I've got like a ton left. I think they're just, it felt like 1/3 cup filling that I was putting in them. I don't know. We're now supposed to sprinkle it with mozzarella and Parmesan. Wait, did I put too much Parmesan? No, it's a 1/2 cup of Parm goes on top, which I don't think I might have a 1/2 cup. I've got about 1/4 cup, a little more than 1/4 cup left. So pop that over. If you don't like Parmesan, I would, you know, maybe not put so much Parmesan on it. There's a little more in here. And then mozzarella, we're supposed to put technically 1.5 cups of mozzarella now, because remember I used 1.5 cups too much inside. We're not gonna do all that though. We'll just use we'll just eyeball it. Just make sure there's a little bit of mozz all over it. And I don't know, I mean, I might make another whole platter. I have more noodles, I have more of this. Oh, I used all the bechamel though. Oh well, I guess this is it. I guess this is just extra. Maybe Tina will want this and put it in a wrap or something. I don't know, I'll have to talk to her. All right, we're gonna put this in the oven now, I think. We're gonna cover it with foil, bake it until the cheese is golden, 20 minutes. Then we're gonna remove the foil for 10 more minutes. At the end, we have to let them stand for 5, garnish with toasted pine nuts, additional parm, and crushed red pepper flakes if desired. I got pine nuts, I hate pine nuts. I might try them on one of them, but I'm certainly not gonna put it all over it. So this goes in the oven with foil, 20 minutes. I'll be back. All right guys, we're back. It has been, so 20 minutes with a lid on, 10 minutes with no lid on, and this is the result. This is the elevated ricotta lasagna rolls, whatever they're called. I'm letting it sit, supposed to let the cheese get brown. It got brown here, it didn't get brown here, but I think it's okay. We're gonna take one out, and we're gonna try this and see if it's amazing or not. I have high hopes. Even though it was like a bit of a challenge to make this. Look at that cheese pull. It does look really good. Check that out, doesn't that look good? Close up, extreme close up. I think it looks really good. I think it's gonna be the greatest lasagna roll in the history of mankind. We're gonna try it after it cools for about 2 more minutes. I don't wanna, you know, melt the roof of my mouth off. All right guys, moment of truth. Moment of absolute truth. We're about to try this lasagna roll. It was a nightmare to cook it, but it shouldn't have been. It wasn't a hard recipe. It was just me failing. It was early in the morning and I just wasn't feeling it, but I'm ready to try it. Get a whole fork full here. Hey now. It's cooked really nice. Like the noodles are perfect. And it's got a good amount of filling. I was afraid it wouldn't have enough. I'm not even a big fan of spinach, but it's actually really good. A little heavy on the spinach. I might do less if I was to make it again, because I'm not a spinach lover. Whew, that bite was hot. Ow! That bite burnt the tongue, then the roof, and the throat. It's good though. It's a good bite. This is delicious. This is really good. This is totally something I'll probably be making again. Because it's actually really cheap for like a lot. Like I could have made a whole nother platter full if I had, you know, just been a little more conservative with my sauce. But I could serve a lot of people for like 20 bucks with this, which is not bad. Let's try with little pine nuts. It does recommend that, and I spent $7. I mean, that's where it gets expensive, when you add pine nuts. Try a little pine nut action and see if that makes it better or worse. So to me, the pine nuts add a little crunch, but not much in the flavor world. So I don't know. To me, probably not worth it on the pine nuts. They're not bad, all right? They're not hurting it. Yeah, all right. Gives it more of like an earthy flavor. I'm not required to clear the plate, but it was good, and so I did. And I don't regret it. Someone said I should start ranking my foods. This is like an 8-1 I would say. And I'm on the Dave Portnoy pizza scale, which is 8-1 is very good, worth cooking. Yeah, this is worth cooking. This is better than what I had at Carrabba's recently when I went, as far as Italian food goes. So I recommend you try this recipe. It's really good, especially if you like ricotta, spinach, and it's gonna blow your socks off. Knock your socks off? I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for stopping by the AI Kitchen. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.